Hey y'all, this is Brian. Welcome to today's episode of Big South Outdoors TV. We were on a job today, our second job of the day, a big commercial job, and I had trimmed some some wax myrtles rather, and I told Nate to grab the blower to clean off the sidewalk and stuff. Well, when he went back to the trailer to get the blower, he discovered something that, in all honesty, even 21 years of business, this is a first for me. But before we get started, be sure and click the like button, click the subscribe button, guys. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, and you guys can help me with that. I'm trying to build this channel. So please, if you're new, click the subscribe button. We'd love to have you join the family. But anyway, when you subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know you're a new subscriber. I'd appreciate it. But anyway, we're going to get into it, and I'm going to show you what happened. So this was on the rack. I use Equipment Defender trimmer racks, blower racks, and the weed eater line spool rack. Well, anyway, he went to take this out of the blower rack, and when he did, he discovered a major malfunction. And I'm going to turn the blower so you can see it for yourself. Like I said, I've been in business 21 years, and this is the first time this has ever happened. If you can tell, the bottom plate, this and this carriage is all one piece. And I'll show you now what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to look like this. All one. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and take it out of the plastic because I gotta change it anyway. All one piece. Now, I'm going to be tagging Echo in this because, in my opinion, a machine that's this heavy should not have a plastic base. This is ridiculous. This right here, this webbing right here, and these two plastic pieces, it is all that holds the weight of this machine. When you take it off your back and you set it down on the ground, in order for this not to be compromised, you have to set it down with kid gloves. Well, when you do the kind of volume work that me and so many other guys do, I can think right off the top of my head, cleaning cut, Lanier's, Spencer's, and I could name a few around my part of the area too. When you do the kind of volume work we do, you ain't got time to sit there and put it down with kid gloves. I don't know what needs to be done here, but I would say this piece needs to be made with aluminum, something that's light, or maybe carbon fiber, not plastic. And, you know, Echo, you really need to step up to the plate and redesign this thing and make it out of a light material, just like this is, very light. Make it out of a light material, but this needs to be made of something super, super strong. Just thought I'd throw that out there. I'm going to get my tools. I'm going to find out what I'm going to need, and then I'm going to get back with you, and I will give you a list of tools that you'll need to do this in the event you ever have to do it for yourself. I got this, the back plate, the back pad off, but I did want to tell you, if you have to do this, you don't need to try to get the studs out. You need to just pull this piece off around the studs, because if you don't, they're going to break off. Just wanted to throw that little tidbit of information in there. There are 4 bolts on this side that need to be taken out. You got a strap bolt right there. I guess that's an anti-shock bolt, a strap. And then you have a bolt in here, a bolt in here, and a bolt in here. I don't think, no, that's not going to work. All right, y'all, I'm back. I had to run to Harbor Freight to get a tool that I didn't know I would need. I have tools of this nature, but they would not go inside these holes right here. I'm trying to get the camp right, that hole right there. It's about 1.5 inches deep, and the sockets I had would not fit. inside this hole. But that's not what I wanted to point out to you. I'm holding the camera right now because I want you to see something very important in the event that you ever have to do this for yourself. Echo, in their infinite stupidity, I don't know why they've done this, but you see these studs right here? They are made onto this frame. They do not come out. And you can pull, you see that? They move, but you go to pull them out, you go to try to take them out, they break. I even put a pair of surgical hemostats on it to squeeze it together to pull it out, and it still broke. Now, if anybody at Echo sees this, y'all need to correct this. You need to put bolts in this thing, so when you take these chassis bolts out, you can then go back behind there. The best thing to do is redesign. See, this is the back of it right here, guys. That's the back of it right there. If they would design that with a collar on it that you could put a self-tapping screw in there, it would be a whole lot simpler. See that one there, and then that one there. There's 3 different length bolts in this new frame. And why Echo did that, I have no, and this is an Echo. There's the straps right there. I have no idea. But anyway, I got the new pad installed. I did that this morning, first thing. Now we've got to get the blower assembly itself taken loose from the frame and the gas tank, and then we're going to get everything switched over. So I'm going to put the camera on the tripod and we're going to get started. Now, remember when I said I had to go to my local Harbor Freight? If you look, this is a T27. It's the same size as the socket I had. Well, the problem is the socket would not fit down inside these holes. Now, I'm going to stick this down in here and get it locked in. If this is even, yes, a T27. That hole is that deep. And the socket is too big to go down inside these holes. This part would go, but the body where the ratchet connects to it, it would not go down inside that hole. So anyway, we're gonna get this taken loose. I'm gonna get the blower motor and everything off and get this part out of the way. Then we're gonna take the gas tank loose. Then we're gonna put the new frame up here and we're gonna get everything reconnected. Now, the first step is, I guess, to get the motor itself mounted on the frame. That's going to be tricky. So, hold the gas tank, Nate.
Too late.
We got to get this thing sandwiched on here. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it.
When you're in the south, salmon.
All right, we are to the point now. We've got the straps on both sides, we've got these springs on. Nate put the camera right here. These springs unscrew. Now, as you can see, that spring is deformed. That is because the springs had worked on so tight. The only thing I can figure is with dust and dirt and the vibration, they tightened up so tight we couldn't get them off. We actually had to break the one on the other frame. We had to break this one off and then spray it with WD-40, because here's the problem. When it's really tight and you go to turn it, the spring absorbs the torque and you can't break it. Let's see this one here, you can't hardly move it. And so I'm going to be sending Echo an email. This blower is an absolute beast, but the design of it, absolutely, and I don't use language on my channel, the design of this platform sucks and they need to change it. So anyway, we're going to get back at it and we're going to get it put together so we can get this done and get to work. Now, what we got to do now, we've got to put this thing on the frame, and the way it's done, I'm going to get the old frame because I want you to see something. You see, there's a couple of these things that are broke off. Well, these are tension snaps. I hope this is in the camera. Yeah, those are tension snaps. It's a good theory, but if you go to take it off, they're going to break. So you got to get this in there, get it fastened down, get it put where it's supposed to be, and then you just basically push it into place and they snap on. And that's all there is to that. That's actually a fairly decent way to do that. That's the easiest part of this thus far, other than taking it loose. But what we're going to do now, I'm going to try to get the camera situated where you can see what we're doing, so we can get the engine and gas tank mounted back. I do not want them gas tires to come loose. I guess because we got two springs underneath too. We got to stand it up and set it on there and get those things placed. And I'm on the wrong side, of course. Grab that, twist that pole around real tight. I'm scared to move too much because I do not want that gas tank to come loose. That's that one. And hold the front of that frame, Nate. There we go. Man, what is not in there all? Neither one of them is. It's like trying to herd cats. I don't have any vice grips behind you. On the ground. You mean the channel locks? Yeah. All right. Now, here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to do. I'm going to tilt it over. I want you to get those two. Just set that, yeah, just set that like that. I want you to get those two bottom bolts started.
What two bottom ones?
I got them in my pocket. Hold on, I'm trying to get them.
Gas tank?
Yes, no, for those two springs.
They're not in place.
You have to get them in place and then get them started. Son.
I know. I'm saying, let me get them in place.
Nobody said this was going to be easy, but I had to do it myself because I couldn't wait 2 weeks to get it back. All right, we got the bottom bolts started. They were can tankers, but we got them. Go ahead and tighten those up, Nate. Tighten them up good. Well, you not let me do it. Let me.
Oh, you told me to do it.
I know, but I'm stronger than you are.
At least now I can get my legs off that cold ground. Y'all, I can handle the cold when I'm properly equipped for it. I ain't properly equipped for it today.
I feel I was denied critical, need to know information.
Take that strap off that. It should just slide right out. I'll tell you right now, these rascals they run in there tight, boy. And they're long. All right. Now we'll turn it around. We're gonna do the gas tank. All right, now.
This part's gonna stink.
No, I'll say they're gonna suck. Get one of the top ones started so it'll hold it on. Hold on. Hold before you do that. Okay, before we go any further, we're fixing to put the 3 bolts in. Remember me saying the stuff about designs and the design flaw, and they need to correct it for the end user? This is one of the things I'm talking about. You have to peel back this to get to that bolt. You have to peel it back here to get to that bolt, and then you have to turn it, or you have to rotate it and peel it up from the bottom to get to this bolt down here. That's what I'm talking about. If they had put self-tapping screws in this like they did these bolts here, you could take this whole pad off and get to these 3 bolts with no problem. But, you know, again, design flaw. Now come over here and pull it. I'll pull it back gently and you get the thing started. There you go.
How the heck did that thing become magnetized?
I don't know. I asked you that while ago. You said friction.
No, I'm talking about negatively magnetized. It repelled.
Now this last hole is way up in there. Can you reach it? If you can't, just poke a hole in that. I don't care. At this point, it doesn't matter.
Your kung fu is strong. I would say your kung fu is not strong, but this thing's kung fu is pretty dang strong.
Yes, it is. Sound like Cousin Eddie on Friends.
Cousin Eddie was from
not Cousin Eddie.
Eddie.
Eddie, the disillusioned roommate.
Yeah.
All right,
Ding
I
dong,
believe
the psycho's gone.
I believe it's ready to crank.
Well, point the air thing that way, because I don't want any more wind.
It doesn't matter about that. I just want to make sure it's gonna.
At least the exhaust is kind of hot.
I want to make sure everything's going to be fastened, and the springs are all going to work right. guys, this has been an experience
and a half.
Anytime you're doing a DIY, which some of you that don't know, some of you ladies may not know, means do it yourself. Anytime you're doing a DIY, really, Nate?
No, hey.
Oh my God, I'm not going to tell you what he's doing. But anyway, anytime you're doing a DIY, you always run into things that are unforeseen, especially when you don't have guidance from YouTube, which there is not, until now, there is not a video on YouTube of how to do this. That's the main reason I did it this way. But it's back together. That's the important thing. It's back together, it's working, and I did this so there would be a video on YouTube of how to do this, the procedure and everything. I didn't record every little thing because if I did, the video would have turned out to be an hour and a half long, and I didn't want to do that. But anyway, we got it back together. That's the main thing. I am going to be sending this video to Echo once I get it edited, and I'm gonna call them, get their email, and I'm gonna send it to them, and I'm gonna tell them you need to start designing your equipment where it's easier for the end user, actually the product user, to fix it when it's not under warranty. And that was the now the frame was not under, it's never under warranty. I may be off camera for a second, but I want to show you. Now that we've got the blower off, this is what happened. It broke. And see, the reason why is because, am I in the shot, Nate?
Yeah.
If you look, that right there, that severed part right there, that's where it broke. And it's because this is all there is on this frame. They need to put some kind of webbing right here, kind of like there is here, and like there is in here, so it will strengthen those two small areas there. You know, it'll make it more sturdy and make it less apt to crack and break. The only thing I can think of that caused this is the cold temperatures. That's the only thing I can think of, because we don't abuse our equipment. But anyway, I wanted to show you that. I will leave a list of the tools that you will need to do this job. Anywhere from pliers to a T27 Torx wrench. I'll leave it all in the description below. This is Brian with Big South Outdoors TV, asking you please to like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And if you enjoyed the content of this video, leave me a comment and let me know. Anyway, live big, live southern, and live outdoors. Have a good afternoon, folks.